Hi there, Teresa from the Fargo Red Wing Shoe Store. I'd like to thank you, the hardworking men and women, for supporting our small business, because we couldn't do it without you. So thank you to each and every one of you for helping us have this memorable year. It's been our pleasure to help you. If you've never worn Red Wing boots, stop in and see what we're all about at 3003 Main Avenue in Fargo. Red Wing shoes for ultimate durability.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is February 2nd. Lisa Lydia Scott with you here today on this Groundhog Day. We'll get to your forecast in a moment. First, I'd like to remind you that we're live on Facebook every weekday morning right around this time. It stays on your Facebook feed though throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you or listen to it as a podcast. Just go to inforum.com/podcast and look for the Inforum Minute.
All right, we'll get to the weather in a sec, but first we got to start with the big news of the morning. Of course, it's Groundhog Day, and Puxatawny Phil says that we have 6 more weeks of winter.
Shocker.
Oh, man. Well, Phil did see his shadow. It happened just before 6:30 our time, which means, according to tradition, 6 more weeks of winter, which around here, no surprise.
I mean,
we get a lot more than that. Probably.
I was going to say 6 more weeks doesn't sound that bad. I would take 6 more weeks.
However, according to Storm Facts Almanac, Phil has only been right about 39% of the time. So we'll have to see what happens this year.
Yeah.
Statistically, scientifically speaking, spring equinox is March 20th.
Yeah, and first day meteorological spring is March 1st. If you want a sooner date, that means less than a month.
Yeah, well.
It's just for fun.
Yeah.
People are cranky this morning.
People get fired up about
People
Phil.
are really fired up about Phil, and it just is for fun. So
it's just a goofy thing.
you want
It's
to put
like,
stock in it, you go for it. But it's just for fun. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's still cold today. High temp to about 10 this afternoon. Increasing clouds will go overcast by this afternoon, and we're watching out for, once again, a little more snow. Not a big snow. I'd say a trace to 1 inch for most of us. Fargo and Grand Forks are kind of both right on this edge of like, could see snow, might not see anything. Either way, it's not a lot. Higher amounts closer to like Minot, Harvey, New Rockford, that region. Further off to the south into the southeast, a trace to a dusting. Not a big snow, maybe up to 1 inch. As it falls, it might reduce visibility, obviously, within the snow shower, but the wind is light today out of the north at 5 to 10, so we don't have to worry about blowing snow like we did over the weekend.
Nice.
We did end up with 2 inches in Fargo and 3 inches in Grand Forks. A decent little snow. Wind was gusting up toward about 40, though, so that can create some higher drifts.
Yep.
If you're thinking, I shoveled more than that. Drifting will do that to you. Plus, you get this downslope of your roof, and that piles up. That's why you have to measure snow further away from taller surfaces, because it's inaccurate. So you probably did shovel more, but official report is 2 inches for the city of Fargo over the weekend. Today, again, cloudy skies, snow showers. Tomorrow, we'll wake up anywhere from -5 to -10. Cold start to Tuesday with a light wind and some pockets of clear sky that'll drop our temps. Tomorrow afternoon, though, we make it into the teens above. Few little flakes, light patches of snow later Tuesday night into early Wednesday. We may wake up with a dusting again on Wednesday morning. Not a big system. 20s on Wednesday, 30s by Thursday. I think we could do a little melting on Thursday afternoon.
Okay, that'll be nice.
There's your spring-like feel.
Yeah.
A little bit of sunshine, kind of breezy though, so it probably won't feel as warm as the temperature says, but still, I mean, if it's in the 30s and the wind chill's in the 20s, above 0, that's not terrible for early February.
Yeah.
Right now we're looking at around 37 on Thursday afternoon with that breeze, partly cloudy sky, and some melting weather on the way. Little system passes on through as we head into Friday. I don't think we get much moisture out of it, but we will see a wind shift and falling temps. So Friday's kind of back down to being cold. 20s in the morning, teens by the afternoon for Friday. Well, moderate temperatures throughout the weekend into next week through the, I'd say, near 30 on Sunday, and then we pretty much hover there all week long. 30, 32 degrees all of next week.
Nice.
A little bit of sunshine and temps close to 30. February sun angle, that'll melt. That'll do a little bit of melting, even if the temperature is technically below the freezing point. It is February now, so I thought I'd look at daylight because I'm starting to notice it little by little. I'm like, oh yeah, the sunset is getting a little bit later. Not a ton, but a little bit. During the month of February, Fargo gains 84 minutes of daylight.
Oh.
An hour and 24 minutes.
All right.
That's a
That's
long,
significant.
that's a good chunk of time. So there's your piece of good news for today. Okay, that's all. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
To your news headlines now. A barn in Richland County is a total loss after catching on fire. Firefighters were called out to rural Fairmount just after 5:30 last night. They found the barn completely engulfed in flames. The sheriff's office says a possible source of the fire a heat lamp used inside the barn. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Police are investigating a weekend stabbing that happened in downtown Fargo. They say it happened shortly after noon Saturday on North Broadway near the Bismarck Bar. A man told police that another man had stabbed him. Police say they got into some kind of fight. Officers were able to find a person of interest. However, no official arrests have been made.
This morning, you might notice some changes to a Grand Forks intersection. A drunk driver crashed into the traffic light at Gateway Drive in North Columbia. Because the light is broken, the intersection will now operate as a four-way stop until crews can replace that light. There is a temporary stop sign and flashing red signal there.
Today, Minnesota House Speaker and Republican gubernatorial candidate Lisa Budeau is making stops around the state, including here in Moorhead. It comes just one day ahead of precinct caucuses. Budeau and her running mate, Ryan Wilson, will be at DS Beverages to visit with the business community and take a tour of the beer distribution company. She'll be in Moorhead from 1:45 to 2:30 this afternoon. They'll also be making stops in Crookston and in Bemidji.
New this morning, a Grand Forks man has filed a federal lawsuit claiming he's been illegally detained by ICE. 65-year-old Abdir Aman Youssef was arrested on his way to work last Wednesday. Now his attorneys have filed an emergency petition to a federal judge to stop him from being taken to a detention facility outside of North Dakota. It also calls for his immediate release. He came to the U.S. as a refugee in 1998. In court documents, his attorneys say he's followed all of the required procedures since he came to the U.S. The case has not yet been listed on the court calendar as of this morning.
Tonight, the Fargo City Commission could vote to bring a new roundabout to town, but it would be smaller and look a little different than the ones you typically see. Commissioners will be getting a report from a Public Works Committee on the 12th Avenue North Bridge project. And then there's also a few other things on the agenda tonight. So we'll have updates for you on our newscast tonight at 10 o'clock about what happens in the commission meeting.
Today on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, it's Super Bowl week. And NDSU, of course, will be represented twice over. Gray Zabel will join Dom on the show to chat about his remarkable rookie season with the Seahawks. Plus, Cole Payton was named the player of the game at the Senior Bowl. How the former Bison QB helped his draft stock this weekend. Hot Mic is live from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and streaming on Inform.com.
And don't forget, for just 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, get an all-access pass to our website, Inform.com. You can go to Inform.com/subscribe to get that deal.
Join us for our next newscast. It's coming up at 11 this morning, and then we have you covered 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 tonight.
And First News is back tomorrow morning from 5 to 7.
Have a great day.